Just keep
Just keep
talking.
on talking. Just keep talking.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, hello. We are here. It's noonish, and we are here with Mr. Rudy Bouga Perales from Grupo Quemado, that some of you know, most of you know, legend in his own right. We are here a little bit late in noonish, but we are waiting for Lori Jean. She's driving in from out of town, so she's going to chime in a little bit. So, in the meantime, let's say hello to Mr. Bouga. Hello, Mr. Bouga.
Hey, hello everybody. Saludos para todos ustedes de todos los pueblos en convecinos, everybody that's listening, todo el radio escucha or podcast. I just want to say hello, good afternoon, but it's actually morning
Driving
because
in
of
from out of town, so she's going to chime in a little bit.
the
So in the
hour change,
meantime, let's say
and
hello to
it's just got us
the
nuts.
hour change.
Yeah, the
The
whole hour.
hour change got me.
Guess what? We get up in age, and an hour means a lot to us. It's not like we were. Por eso dijimos la desvelada. Y anoche dije, well, I'm gonna be on tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to sleep early. No, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, you're gonna fall asleep when your body tells you, okay, yeah, ¿verdad? But,
I
but
was like, this, I was like, why does my phone say 1 hour and my stove say another hour?
yeah,
I
that's
totally
right.
forgotten. Se me olvidó completamente, man. I forgot.
No, I
Woo.
I felt it this morning. I was just like, oof. And I'm one of those that once I get up, I can't say, well, I'm still sleepy. I'm gonna go back to sleep. No, no. You get up in years, and you get up, you wake up, and that's it. You're not gonna go
You
back.
go.
Se acabó.
See. Um, so let's introduce you para la nueva generación that maybe doesn't know who Buga Perales is or heard of Grupo Quemado. Now, I put your song on the promo, the
Right.
one you're most known for, one of your biggest hits. Um, pero antes de Grupo Quemado, I did not know this. Why don't you tell us this, Mr. Buga?
Okay. Um, Back in the late '60s, early '60s. I mean, late '50s, early '60s. Um, Los Dinos. It wasn't Los Dinos. It was the Dinos. Okay. And they were trying to get into the nightclub circuit in Corpus Christi, uh, doing doo wop, English music and stuff. And so part of the stuff that you saw in the movie when they were trying to get into that white club and uh, Padre Island here in Corpus Christi, that's a true scene. And so Johnny Herrera, a famous songwriter there in Corpus, told Abraham, "Hey, why don't you record a song in Spanish? There's nobody like y'all over there." And they were disagreeing, but anyway, to make a long story short, they did. They recorded in McAllen and Falcon Records with Arnaldo Ramirez Sr. And man, it was a big hit. It was like wow, and it was non-traditional because the Dinos were like they dressed like Motown, Beatle boots, usaban hairspray. They got that hairspray. Hey, and they used deodorant, and stuff. And which was, I was,
That was unusual.
yeah, porque si no traes una arca mojada, pues.
Ah.
So anyway, so, so they could go into Veras Palladium and Westlaco, uh, uh, you know, uh, for that promoter Vera, right? And he had a little chicken place back in the '60s, and uh, I forgot his first name, but anyway, everybody knew him. Uh, Big giant dude. He weighed about 500-600 pounds. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, everybody remembers him, and uh, the place was always packed. But so the Dinos uh, started making some noise, And I was still young, you know. I was like 14 years old, 15. I was still in junior high school, or what y'all call intermediate, and
Or middle school.
or middle school. There you go, middle school. Yeah, and and we went to go play in the valley a lot, man, because our keyboard player was Floyd Hanna, you know. And
Ooh.
yeah, Floyd. Everybody knows Floyd. You know,
Yeah.
he played with everybody. You name it, and he's very very talented and that was strange too because everybody like wherever we went, hey man, is he Cuban? Is he Puerto Rican? And and stuff like that, and so that kind of made it kind of nice too, like whoa, look at these guys, man, and we had two guitar players like the Beatles,
Wow.
the bass
Yeah.
and and, uh, and then the drummer, and that was it.
Yeah.
That's the band,
So so that's what we have talked about before in our show that La Onda Tejana was really at that time around the time of the Vietnam War. Yeah, the Hispanics have already been to World War II. They're getting integrated into society. In la escuela, they're not letting them speak Spanish, at least not here in the valley. They're not
right?
letting them speak Spanish. So they are getting forced to assimilate into the white society. So now that you're listening to American music, mania happens, but you're still Mexican at heart. Your grandma, grandpa still speak Spanish. Your parents still speak Spanish. You still have ties to Mexico, and that's where I believe. I don't know. I'm just from my experience of talking to everybody and my own experience with my dad that I that's where Tejano, Chicano was starting to get created, where obviously hablas español, you're of Hispanic descent, te llamas Perales, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Right.
And but you're also Dinos are dressing up like the Beatles,
Right.
and
Suits and everything. And let me tell you, just real quick, I don't mean to interrupt you, but
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but at that time, there was no identification, there was no ID.
Okay.
We weren't from Mexico and we weren't from Washington, D.C. We were not what do you name it? So the radio station in Harlingen, KGBT, I think it is KGBT. Yeah, KGBT in Harlingen. Huge. It was huge back in the early '60s or '60s, and you had to have a hook to be played on the radio in the valley. They just wouldn't play anybody. They
Yeah.
want to hear your record. They say, "Well, no," and so they started playing the Dinos, and they're the ones that started calling us our type of music and other Tex-Mex.
Okay.
Ya no era Tejano, todavía no
Okay.
Chicano. Chicano came from California,
Mm-hmm.
but so right there, the people in Mexico also heard KGBT because they had the power to, the audience, the reaching the audience that reached down to Mexico, and then they started calling us Tex-Mex,
Okay.
and because it was different, as estaban los chord changes and the harmonies and the music, they were already incorporated with the white music, and we incorporated it with the Mexican music, and it was different,
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I want to use the word advanced because back in them days we only knew three chords.
Yeah.
Primera, segunda, tercera, y que te fue bien. The only thing that was different was the storyline of the song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I uh, I went to go play with the Dinos. They went to ask my dad for permission if I could go with them to the valley, and because the other bass player, he's going off to college and he didn't want to play anymore or whatever, and that's the bass player that played all the English music with the Dinos.
Yeah.
And when they had a tryout in the garage, I went, and you know, one of those people that comes along that you don't rehearse, you just say what key, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's time five and F, and this is the way it goes. And that's okay, man. Just play it. I'll catch on, you know. And I was just one of those that God given, you know, where you're one of those that you don't practice with the band, but you get it. ¿Verdad?
Yeah.
Los y los
Yeah.
cantos
Yeah.
and the bridge and you know all of that. So they were like impressed. So I said, man, I'm just a kid. You're gonna have to go ask permission from my parents. And my dad told Abraham, which is Selena's dad, told Abraham, as long as you have him by school Monday morning, I'm okay. You're responsible for my son.
Oh.
So, so we went, man, to the valley, and you know, boom, and the Dinos, man, got really, really hitting, man, and I was just a kid, you know, I was, you know, absorbing it all. So on the last day, Sunday night, we finished early because it was Veras Palladium and stuff. And he had a chicken place, a fried chicken place. We went there and bought some chicken. And then we started celebrating, and they started opening beer, and they had gone across the border and bought some bottles and stuff. So, hey, come on, man, have a beer. Well, okay, you know. No, you don't tell your dad we gave you a beer in Spanish, right? I said, no, I don't want to. Nothing. Here, drink this. And, you know, we're on the way home back to Corpus, right? Well, man, halfway to Corpus, not even halfway, I got toasted. No, no butter, no jam, no nothing. You know, hey, no, pues I didn't know, man. I was a kid.
Yeah.
And, well, I upchucked, you know, diré migas y todo. And so they were hitting early in the morning. And they went and dropped me off at school, man, con Nehru suit and patent leather shoes and okay, man, go to school and all my chest and here and my suit and everything was you know it was dirty, man. It was I couldn't hold my liquor. I was just a kid, and so I went and
Yeah.
stayed in the restroom for as long as I could, and then I got out of the restroom, walked through some neighborhoods, and till I got home, you know, before my dad could see me. But anyway, I got away with the story. I'm sorry, but that's how that happened, and that's how I started with the Dinos. And they were, you know, they were older than me. And just to clarify something, the Dinos were only three guys. How you doing?
Hi, I'm so
Hi, Laura
sorry.
Jean.
Good afternoon.
Hi, how you
It's
doing?
noonish. It's us. You still made it. It's noonish. You still made
Yeah,
it, Laura Jean.
wait.
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt your story.
No, 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 you're cool. I was looking somewhere and I looked this way and I said, "Whoa, wow, Doritos." So just to finish real quick,
Yeah.
uh, so
Los
so we,
Dinos were just three.
yeah, it was just three of them. We were like they didn't consider us the Dinos. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So, but so I vienen los Dinos, and wherever they went, and go talking to important people, it was just them three. You know, and
Yeah.
y nosotros we would say, hey, man, what about us, man? Why don't we just eat fried beans? You know, and then and then so all my life I've been pleasantly plump, you know. Y
I
los
like
dinos,
I like that term.
y los, y los dinos estaban así en pasotes, you know, flaquitos y estaban bien apretados, y, you know. And so so we walk into a restaurant in Harlingen, and everybody just like stopped, you know, like oh, oh man, mira, son los Dinos, you know. So we asked for a table and to put two or three tables together, and so we could eat and stuff, So Abraham asked the waitress, "Hey, how did you know we were the dinos?" Pues el gordito. El gordito, por eso sabemos que son los dinos. It wasn't nothing about you, Abraham, or the three guys of the dinos. It's that fat boy over there. That's how we,
That's how
because
we can tell.
see, because you gotta understand it. That back in them days, there was no gorditos as a musician.
Uh-huh.
When they made a band, todos tenían que estar bien chulos y
Flaquitos.
y yo traía goatee, andaba bien gordito, but I just threw that in there because it was funny. But
let, uh, let me, I'm sorry, but I'm just getting to the comments. Norma Salazar, hello. She says, hello. Arthur Hernandez, she says, morning, Gigi. Morning, Norma. Arthur says, hello, Norma Salazar. Hello, Nori Jean.
Hi,
Joe
Norma.
Fonseca says, hello, Norma Salazar. Joe Fonseca says, hello, Gigi. Hello. Este, good to have you on again. Just to for anybody that's just chiming in with Lori Jean, we've got Rudy Bouga Perales here, and for the Tejano industry, he's known uh for Grupo Quemado, but he was also, we were just talking about, he was known. He was first started with the Dinos, the
exactly.
Dinos. Yeah, it's something I didn't know myself, and
Hmm.
so when somebody told me he was part of Dinos. I think you mentioned it too. And I thought, well, wait for that conversation until we're on,
Yeah.
because it sounds very interesting.
Well, the old albums from the Dinos on Falcon Records, uh, which later on we went over with Paulino and we started recorded on Bego, Bernal Gonzalez. Um, when you see all the albums, everybody's different, especially Floyd. But está chocolatito. Floyd.
I like that
Yeah, he stood out,
chocolatate.
chocolatito. And then everybody else was skinny,
Yeah,
and and the Dinos chose the band uh, uh, with good-looking musicians. You know what I'm saying? Because it was important to attract the ladies and that something that bands do nowadays. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but but to drive the band and play the bass and drive it and make the band sound good with bottoms. And you know what I'm talking about, ¿verdad?
yeah.
Because en esos días no se oía el bass, ¿verdad?
Yeah,
And,
that,
it wasn't like important. What do you play bass? Nah, you know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you play guitar? Wow. Oh, you play the drums? Wow. What do you play, bass? Nah, you know.
It's just
But
four chords.
yeah, yeah,
It's
no,
four
nobody
strings.
realizes the importance of the bottom,
Oh yeah, yeah,
te da ánimo y para bailar y todo.
yeah. Pues that's what makes you feel it.
Yeah, man, it's the feeling
Yeah,
of the bass.
yeah.
So the the albums that you see from the Dinos, oh, Los Dinos, they changed it to Los Dinos after we went to Bego. No, actually, Falcon did it too. There was no more the, and
Uh,
yeah, so you could see everybody at tenían su edad, like 18, 20. The Dinos were already married, had kids in their middle 20s, and then I stand out, I stand out. I mean, because I had that face of still being a youngster, pero en cuerpo de señor, tú sabes. And and I was as tall as them and stuff. But anyway, so I just want to clarify one thing after the Dino thing was over. And, um, uh, sorry, I get a little emotional in this. My partner, Joajo Carmona, is the one that wrote the song Hoy Soy Feliz. And he didn't have no, um, he could write songs, but he couldn't put melody to it, right?
Oh.
He couldn't put the chords in. But he was a great guitar player. He's the one that you hear diddling, diddling, ding, ding.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's nice.
that's him. And
Yeah.
but when we were with the Dinos, he was my roadie. You know,
Wow.
yeah, the Ojo Carmona was my roadie, eh? And
Wow.
and then after the gig, we take down an amplifier and the bass and the guitar. We sit down and practice all night, drinking beer. Practice. Hey, ya cállense, duérmense, And we were here practicing, practicing, practicing. So I showed him all the songs from the Dinos, right? So sure enough, man, that main guitar player for the Dinos say, "Hey, man, that's it. I'm going to Texas A&M. I'm going to college. That's it." So Abraham said, "Man, what are we gonna do? You can't quit right now. We got all these gigs." So I told Abraham, "Hey, Abraham, so Waco knows all the songs, eh? The guitar. No, hombre, ¿qué tienes? We can't use Waco. What's that? Otro gordo? That was their concern.
Otro gordo.
Sí, sí, but me and Waco were friends, even at home when we weren't gigging. And so, man, they were in a spot. They started calling guitar players, and nobody knew the music. It was like too advanced. So, bueno, mira, el Friday pones a Bouga y el Bajo para allá para atrás, detrás del drummer.
Detrás de las macetas.
Sí, así para allá para atrás. Hey, no, y'all don't stand, come to the front. Fíjate, how cruel was that? Not knowing that the heart and the soul came from those two big dudes, you know,
Mm-hmm.
giving them all the glory in the front, making them sound badass, man, because we had a lot of soul, man. Because
Yeah.
why? Because we practiced every day together as one. So we sound
Mm-hmm.
like tight, man.
Yeah.
Everything else sounded tight, wow, man, you're a badass drummer. No, man. It's those two fat guys making that drum good. You know what I'm saying? You did that. Que en paz descanse.
Yeah.
But,
Wahoo.
but just to make a long story short, so so after the Dinos was all over and there was all nothing but left but smoke. So me and Waco still kept practicing, yeah, every day. And he said, "Hey, man, watch out! I wrote this song, man. Uh, and I got a new girlfriend." I said, "What?
Oh.
No, you got a girlfriend?" Oh man, I was jealous. What, man? Yeah. I said, "Wow, so we're not gonna hang anymore, man." "No, we're gonna hang the three of us." "Nah, man, you can't do that. You can't hang the three of us. What are you gonna do? They tell me to open the room to the hotel." But anyway, so so he sang it to me, right? Kind of, or showed it to me and tried to put a melody to it, and which is the song "Hoy Soy Feliz," right?
Which is
Which
what
is
you're
God,
yeah.
what a
It's
song, eh? And
it's a
then
beautiful song.
yeah, so I said, watch out, mi mundo ya no es el mismo, right? And then we always we'll say mi mundo, don't say nothing. All of that. That's all that music, all that arrangement, everything was my music. The songs and that was written by Waffle, right?
Yeah.
So so the word spread out, and there was Bouga and Waffle, or Waffle and Bouga. Sometimes they would call me, "¿Qué pasó, Waffle?" And they would call him Bouga sometimes.
Hey,
but
Robert.
but but I tell you what, man, what a song! It was number one in
Yeah.
the valley for a long time, man.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
but anyway, that's how Quemado came about. You
Uh-huh.
know,
So okay, so como quemado que como quemado la guitarra, quemado like that's we call quemado like when alguien que alguien está bien quemado because because they're at it all the time, and they're
Yeah.
good at it. So is that where I'm thinking? That's where did that where it come about, or was it
No.
another reason for
Yeah.
quemado, or ya estaban quemados, o los quemaron? What?
You're close. You're close.
Does it mean like it's hot? Like the kids today say, "Oh, miss, that's hot."
Yeah, yeah, that's
Oh, they
part of it
say,
too.
"Miss, that's fire." Oh,
Yeah,
that's fire, miss. That's
yeah,
what they
you're
say.
close, but y'all are still babies. Y'all are still babies to me. All right, but younger. Um, Quemado means experienced.
Right.
Oh,
You know what I'm
Sí,
saying?
como ese vato está quemado. Yeah.
So the group, we were all experienced.
Yeah.
And check it out, eh? So we handpicked our musicians, and none of them were good looking, eh? You know what I'm saying? You better watch out. But they had that soul. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then they had that heart, corazón, man. Like the Fabulosos, like Snowball, like Tacho, like the Única, that kind of soul, but advanced because it was
Yeah.
a lot of English influence was put into our music. Our chords were like different. They were more advanced.
Yeah.
And, and then I said, hey, you know what, man? Hey, we some ugly looking musicians. I think we should play with tuxedos and bow ties. You know
wow.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we some ugly, ugh, compared to everybody else, all the other bands estaban bien pasotes, ya estaba saliendo Joe Lopez y más. And it even made Jimmy look pasote. But so we started gigging, man, and we started gigging in tuxedos, man. Bien arregladitos y bien peinaditos, and in the old days, we used to use patent leather shoes. So we kept the tradition of, ya sabes, hey, vato, hey, ¿qué clase de shine usas en los calcos?
Calcos.
Sí, calcos, yeah, your shoes. No, I said, no, man, son de charol. Charol, ¿qué es eso? So the patent leather shoes goes with the tuxedo. You look
Right, right.
sharp. So needless to say, yeah, we look sharp and everything, but man, ugly is ugly. And
uh,
it's a joke amongst everybody.
yeah. No, but I mean that song is timeless. I mean, we
Oh
got some let's see. Robert Segura says you're legendary. Joe Fonseca says quemó la carne, por eso le hacen los quemados. Robert Vasquez says the late Joe used to play with Freddie Martinez.
yes, he did.
Abel Salinas says
She froze a little bit. Abel Salinas, my carnal
and
Bouga. Good to see
Yeah.
you. Oh, you froze just a teeny bit.
Hey, what's up, Abel? Carnal, how you doing, my brother?
Jesse Spindola, good afternoon, good afternoon.
Yeah, Jesse.
And Norma, thank you, Norma, for being an avid watcher. I appreciate you coming on and all every to all our shows. Thank you. So yeah, Bugat. So qué tiene que ver que no estaban tan bonitos? Because that song was
Yeah,
beautiful.
well, and then all of a sudden, uh, everybody started recognizing that beauty comes from within, and we used to, hey, no man, mira aquí, dentro está lo chulo, pero we have to protect it. But you know what I'm saying? So it's on the inside. But also, let me tell you, so Joe Ajo Carbona met his lady, you know what I'm saying? And he was crazy about her. He fell in love. That
Oh,
was his first love.
oh.
And we were the same age, and that hadn't hit me yet. You know what I'm saying? I said, well, wow, man, he all jealous. But I said, well, my time will come. So, so let me tell you. So I didn't know because he didn't want to be made fun of, but she would take him to church. You know what I'm saying? And hey, Waco, Pásame un frasco. Oh, ya no fumo. You know.
Excuse me.
Sí. Hey, guapo, ¿no estás pisteando? ¿Te agarra una vironga? Oh, I don't drink no more. Oh, what? And, and, every,
Transformer.
and everything else, if you know what I'm saying. You know, twist one up. Oh, no, ya no le hago. You know. And that means smoke a joint. And twist one up. You know.
In case y'all didn't catch it.
Yeah, y'all didn't catch it. And toquecito. Oh no, no, I don't do that anymore. So we found out that he was going to church, man. This is before Hoy Soy Feliz, right? So if you pay attention to the song, it's also that he found the Lord. Y quiero decir, mi mundo ya no
Oh.
es el mismo, mi vida ya no es igual que el día de ayer. Hoy soy feliz porque tengo un nuevo querer, Jesus.
Oh my
Dado mis olvidados.
goodness. Are you gonna make me cry?
Ah,
That's
That is
beautiful.
beautiful.
and I miss him.
That's beautiful.
I miss him. He's
Que en
been
paz
gone
descanse.
a few years, but I'm the one that caught on to that. And y no le digas a nadie, vato, que estoy en la chorcha. Hey,
Georgia.
you ought to be proud, man. You ought to be proud. Hey, you know what, man? Hey, I'm impressed, man, for you to change your life and do what you did. And after before we recorded the song, I said, "Wow, uh, are you talking about Jesus here also?" He said, "Man, you got it, didn't you?" I said, "Yeah, man. I
Wow.
onto it, man." And because it wasn't Catholic, it was non-denominational. That means that no, it's Baptist, no, just Christian. So it was a Christian song, you know, and,
Wow.
and just beautiful, man, and it makes sense, it makes all the sense in the world.
I'm going through the lyrics in my head and I'm just man,
¿Verdad?
I'm feeling it like all over again, like brand new, with that
And
in mind.
yeah, and it's also like if you fall in love, right? It's like, whoa, it's a love song. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You can't
Yeah.
stop singing
Mhm.
it and playing it, and te quiero dar las gracias por ser como eres, por darme tu amor. He's thanking Jesus too. Yeah, thank
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah. So,
Well,
but
that's
that's
the ultimate love story. So everything kind of falls back and has similarities.
yeah,
I've heard songs before, like where you say, "Wow, that can sound like a gospel song
yes,
when it's about love."
double meaning, double
Yeah.
Mhm.
meaning,
Yeah.
or hidden. It was the word hidden.
Mhm. Yeah.
But but I just want to take just a minute to thank both of y'all for allowing me to share my stories. Uh, we always want to leave a legacy. Uh, we always want to be able to talk about our experiences, and I want to thank both of y'all for what you're doing and reaching back to us that we're still here. We have stuff to say. We along the years we changed the course of music by chord changes and altering music and writing our own songs and not getting a Mexican song from Mexico and recording it because that's what was happening in the early days. Pura miseria, puro me lo aventaron al piso, me pisó el corazón y está lleno de tierra. And so I want to thank both of y'all, man, for what you're doing. As soon as I got the invite, I was elated. It made my day. I was very happy for y'all to include me in what y'all are doing. But I'm so proud of both of y'all for what you're doing because you made our day. Not just me, but other people are going to be watching told a lot of people, a lot of musicians that are from my era, they're going to be listening and watching. And thank you very much. What can I say? God bless both.
No, God bless you. And thank you for joining us because, Gigi and I mentioned before, and we met over the fact that we heard so many amazing stories and so many things that are so inspirational from people like you. And we, are excited to let other people who wouldn't know you or, have a place to share with you and give you the place to share that with people because it's very inspirational. You inspired other musicians, but you also still have other people who will hear this who are my age and younger who can learn from what you experienced, and that's very important, and we appreciate that you spent this time with us. And I'm so sorry I was late. I drove from Corpus and the time change got me today.
I
Uh,
got all of us.
I was messaging Gigi. I said, I think I'm going to be late. I was just barely in Kingsville.
You're, you're, you're here. That's all that matters. When I was younger, it's uh, better late than never.
Yep.
When I got older, better never late.
My dad tells me if you're on time, you're 15 minutes late, but that it never stuck.
Yeah, good work. Gigi and I were talking about earlier about, yeah, man, let's do about an hour, and the last 10 minutes we'll say goodbye, and Gigi says, yeah, sometimes the goodbyes last another hour.
And that's okay.
Exact.
But I was
Yeah.
listening to the songs of Quemado, and they are just ahead of their time.
Exactly.
And I could hear how so many people after you have emulated your sound,
Yeah.
and it beautiful songs. They don't sound like that they came from the time that they came. They're so
Right.
ahead. The guitar, like you say, and the bass. The guitar is beautiful, very jazzy, a little jazz, a little blues, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow.
Innovative.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was telling Gigi that all that came from really. I don't want to sound religious, but the lady that God put in Joe Ojos Camino, right? Uh, to me, it was kind of like a setup. It's coming. Because shortly after that, not too much longer after that, he passed away, right?
Oh.
But let me tell you just real quick, hijo, ya se pasó la hora, but that's okay.
No,
No, we're
don't worry
good.
about
We're
it.
good.
No, we're good.
Okay,
Everybody's good.
okay. So, man, so he tasted, or he got to go into something that we all go through in our lives, is your first love, right? But he also went through his first breakup and
Oh,
his first broken heart, you know, and he was just miserable. And he started drinking again, doing everything again, and writing songs left and right. I mean, so the rest of the songs that you hear on the Quemado albums, and there it talks about what happened. You know, it talks
the
about,
heartbreak.
yeah, the heartbreak, but in different storylines, different, and it pertains to everybody. It's
Yes, and people get inspired by that because they experienced that. And
mm,
somebody that was excited that I'm going to get to meet you, we're going to trade seats for just 1 minute.
Ah.
okay.
So,
¿Qué ha habido, Bouga?
Ay,
Oh,
qué lindo. Hello.
hello, Gigi.
No te
it's
ha
been
visto desde los awards, los rewards allá
yeah,
Los
Ali.
rewards.
I didn't see you,
and
Bouga.
rewards and alleys.
Sí, los rewards. Back in 2004, when we were deducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir. I remember, man. Hey, man.
Anyway, it's good to see you, man.
Hey, carnal, and I've always wanted to talk to you and tell you, man, that the beard really becomes you, carnal. Ever since you put that beard on, no, hombre, you can wear any hat te vas a bien pasote, vato.
Oye, pues you know, yo me pongo sombreros como the one that you have. I put some Indiana Jones hats. I got a collection.
Yeah,
¿Qué tamaño usas? Te voy a regalar uno.
7 and 7/8. Ah,
Para tener estás más
Cabezón.
cabezón. No te creas, bro. Anyway, I know that, I mean, Lori's here in my house y dijo, van a tener a Bouga. Le dije, let me go say hello to him. Qué bueno.
Thank you, carnal. I was just telling the story about me and Wajo, you know. And,
Oh, man.
yeah.
You and Walker were our idols, man.
Wajo
Not
and
only the Quemado, but
yeah.
from Los Dinos. You
Dinos,
all don't
carnal.
remember. I do, because you all played in my prom high school in 1969. You were there.
Uy.
Man.
Simón. That's
And
right.
you know, in San Antonio, Chente and Rudy Palacios was pork and beans, ¿verdad? And me and Wajo, we were rice and beans. Sí, le estaba diciendo que. Oh, you remember, man? We were talking about the bands always chose people to be in their bands that were good looking, flaquitos, y en paso.
I heard what you were saying a while ago.
No, más feo.
Well, le dije, not too long ago, allá con los Legends, I think que hace Lalo and all, a bunch of friends aquí, así como ustedes allá, ¿verdad? Like you do over there. Y me invitaron a mí, me ganaron reward, o quién sabe qué. Y le dije, I know that they're not calling me to make the group sound good. They're calling me for the group to look good. Y ya know all about that, Bouga, pero no, la música de ustedes, wow. La música de ustedes, not only, pues los Dinos, ni qué se diga, you know.
Yeah,
No,
thank
pero
you, brother.
Quemado. Oh, man, hijo de eso, cuando salió esa canción, ¿cómo se llama? Mi mundo.
Hoy soy feliz. Hoy soy feliz.
Yeah, cuando salió esa canción, cállate, we all love this. It's Bouga y Bajo. I mean, people like me that knew you, you know, from way back.
Exactly.
Ya te conozco a ti desde los 60s, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Dije, chinga, que todo. No, man, that's awesome.
Thank you, brother.
Se nos fue muy temprano el Guajo, hombre. Bueno, para descanse.
Yeah, en paz descanse, mi brodita. I almost got a little emotional here a while ago. Carnal, did you ever live here nearby to Houston, somewhere in Freeport or something?
Of course, man. I was in Rosenberg, and then to Bay City, in that area. I lived over there for 17 years, carnal.
Hey, I knew it. ¿Sabes por qué? Radio DJ, Tony.
Oh, Dan Segura. We played together. We formed Los Casinos. Well, this show is not about Los Casinos.
It's okay.
This show is about you, so I don't want to go into my stuff.
Yeah.
We'll do that in part 2.
Yeah, in part 2. I just wanted to tell you.
Falta part 2.
Part 2.
I just wanted to tell you that Tony Jaramillo.
Bobby Joe's watching. Right
Bobby Joe. ¿Dónde está Bobby Joe?
He was in there. The brother.
Bobby Joe. Los figuras, they're like my brothers in Rosenberg. Y todos esos vatos.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan, el papá de ellos, Gary.
Yeah.
Although I lived around them, and we played with Dan. Started the group again that I.
Yeah, I know.
Leo ended up over there.
I remember all of that,
Ya
man.
andábamos en friega ya for a long time, you know. So we had our adventures here and then there, here, there, and everywhere. So
know.
anyway, I want to. I'll let you all go, man.
Okay, brother.
It's good. Thank you for letting me, Gigi, Lori.
Ya dijiste es part 2. Part 2. Falta tu part 2.
Part 2. We'll do part 2 one of the days, and I'm so glad you're still kicking, Bouga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, te sacas la daga. We've always admired you. I just want you to know.
Thank you, brother.
And pa adelante, compa. La onda te gana.
Adelante, brother.
Well, it's really good to see you, man.
Good to see you, brother. Love
Bye,
you,
Don
carnal.
Chico.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what a surprise, man.
I know. That was awesome, Lori Jean.
He's a hard act to follow. They were eating lunch. My dad made shrimp soup. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be on. So shh. No, I'm kidding. That's kind of I
That
keep
is
coming
so
Yeah.
to
awesome, man. No,
Yeah.
we got there, I see 40, 50, over 50 years I've known your dad, Mita. And,
wow.
and, and he just always looked so young. And, and then good looking, and I hated it. And that's why I told him right now,
No, but tell us how you really feel.
yeah, that's what I mean. Man, that beard looks good on you.
His Santa Claus beard.
Yeah, yeah. Makes you look a little ugly like me. Oh man! If anybody knows anything about us, your dad knows us very well.
Yes, I thought that was funny. He told me that y'all played at his prom.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Wow.
That is
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. So I think he's maybe a few 10 years or more younger than me. But anyway, going back to this lady that broke his heart, man. Um, he started writing songs and 2, 3 in the morning. Hey, Bouga, come on over to the house, man, right now. Hey, Wajo, I'm asleep, bro. No, right now. So I'd go over there, and he showed me the song, and I looked at it and read it. Okay, man, grab the guitar, put the melody on there right now. Oye, Wajo, déjame despertar, dame un café, you know. And that's how we did it, man. How was he was inspired around that time of the night because he was already uh, intoxicated, you know,
Oh.
and llorando, and he was taking it hard, man. And man, he wrote some of the most beautiful songs, and everything that he wrote is like 99% everybody's gone through it or experienced it.
Yeah.
The breakup, the broken heart,
Hmm.
and and I said, I was told Waffle, man, we're trying to get away and write happy songs. And I wrote some songs too, and now we're going right back to the misery. Hey, my life is not a misery. Oh, okay, Waffle, take it easy, no me pegues. And but man, the Hoy Soy Feliz album and then the second album, Caliente. That's if you ever run across, listen to that one too. I mean, that was like our second album. Hombre, uh, ah, what beautiful songs. So in that second album, he already had se le había quitado un poquito el dolor. And
Mhm.
he wrote some beautiful songs also, and luego se enfermó, se puso malito. And so, pero hablo de su vida, no de su muerte. But anyway, he left us with a lot of good songs that he wrote. But the reason that people like your dad, Mita, and like your dad, Big Gigi, they know that there was a combination of music, one guy doing the music and one guy doing the writing, Simon and Garfunkel,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, John Lennon and Paul McCartney, that type of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and everybody always knew that. And then all of a sudden, the years go by and we get older, and there's fewer and fewer people that that are that are
That
remembering
no.
that.
Yes, and
That
that's why we're doing this. That's why it's so
Mhm.
important. When my dad introduced me to you in that Tejano Roots get together, I mean, I just saw it in Papi's face when he said, "No, it's Bouga," and he would talk about Bouga and he would talk about Wahoo. Those
yeah,
are names that are ingrained in my head.
right.
I never knew you guys, but I knew you guys
Yeah,
through my dad porque hablaba de ustedes and he admired you guys and the work that you did and as musicians el respeto que tenía por ustedes. So I mean, you know.
we also had respect for them, and that's what made us click because it's like Gigi was saying earlier about clicking. Muchos músicos, they don't click, or envidia, or they don't like you for some reason because personalities get in the way instead of professionalism. Professionalism comes first. If you don't like them later after you leave, or don't like them after you leave. You don't like them, but the band gets off the stage. The first thing you do is throw compliments. Chingas se dieron yaqueas, man. Hey, man, you guys sounded great, man. And even though they didn't, it's the thing to do. It's professionalism. And so, but your dads, both of y'all, and us, and a lot of other musicians from that era, we clicked. And we knew of each other. We had the utmost respect for each other. And I was telling Gigi earlier, we were in some juntita. There are a lot of musicians, big boys and stuff. Me and Waffle were sitting on a table all by ourselves, and Gigi's dad was at a table all by himself. And everybody was gathering, and both of us at the same time with our arms, we were like this. Come on over. So Gigi's dad came and sat down with us, and then now there was three of us at the table, like because you weren't supposed to bring the band, but someone brought three or four guys or from the band, just the front people or the business people end of it. And not to repeat myself, Gigi, but I just want to let her know that all of a sudden we were laughing and carrying, telling jokes, and then we started getting a little loud, like you're in church and somebody said something bad. And so anyway, but we still have the utmost respect for your dads also because if they know of us, we know of them, and the feeling is mutual. They're
Oh,
very professional people, very, very talented, and they're from our era where they themselves also changed the course. You know what I'm saying?
yes. And you know how you mentioned Paul McCartney and John Lennon. You
Yeah,
guys did just as much for the Tejano music as they did for the kind of music they
Music.
had and music in general. And so for you to share that, that's people should know who you are,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
that's what this time with you gets. That's the whole point of it.
yeah,
Uh, but it's really the music y'all created is so, like I said again, ahead of its time. People can only emulate or be influenced by you or inspired by you. And it's really awesome to have you here. So, and this is why we do this, so people know where it started,
right. And
where it started.
I admire both of y'all for what you're doing because nobody does that for us, And I don't mean to sound like I'm in an old folks' home or but it feels good, for somebody to reach out like that, and you know we uh, we also think about, and it's true in all areas, in all forms of life. Pretty soon, when you're no longer here, they're going to be looking through your stuff. They're going to be throwing your stuff away. Your house is going to be sold. Somebody else is going to move in your house, and all kinds of stuff. But along with the music, all of a sudden, 30, 40 years from now, there's not going to be no conversations like we're having right now. It's just maybe, who knows? Like right now, I could mention Luis Alcaraz, Brooke Benton, uh, all kinds of what? What you talking about? And so it's going to be acquired. It's going to be an acquired taste to reach back. But there's going to be a lot of people later on that I think will reach back. But what you're starting right now, a lot of other people should be doing the same thing that y'all are doing, man. Because like Gigi says, and like both of y'all say, man, where did it all start, right?
Mhm.
How did this happen? To
How
hear it,
did this happen?
yeah, and to hear it from the older generations where it all became uh, uh, a reality, it's great and it's good history. Uh, People are writing books. Carlos Guzman wrote a book, and somebody else wrote a book in San Antonio or something. But I just wanted real quick before we hang up. Ya se pasó otra hora.
It's
The
okay.
goodbye hour. We can call it the goodbye hour.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah.
It's okay.
I want to go with just real quick La Desvelada, ¿verdad? Is one. And what was the other one that goes with that?
Giras, giras y desveladas.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Desvelada. And we all know that you can never catch up to your sleep. Ah, mañana, no, I'll sleep 12 hours and I'll catch up. You never will.
No.
And so that was part of the musician's life was not sleeping or sleeping very little. You know.
I remember Papi always had no-dos. The
Oh,
no-dos. You remember the no-dos?
Bad for you.
Do you remember? I know.
Yes.
He
I
had
did
to
it in
because they were
college.
driving across country.
yeah.
Yeah. I did
And
it in college. Not
Yeah.
good.
but I remember not even coffee would work.
Yeah.
Because we were tired. And we'd leave Dallas to go to Laredo, and then we party in Laredo, and we had to go to Brownsville, and hijo, wow, man.
Desveladas.
And then from Brownsville, we had to drive that night to Corpus, and because nobody wanted to rent a room the next because el dinero de la renta de Oscar de la renta, el dinero, el dinero te lo poreaste ahí en Laredo. Se cruzaron para Nuevo Laredo y el dinero de Dallas and Laredo, you done spending so you don't get home to the wife and kids with your money from Brownsville. Yeah. And then, no, let's go, man. Bueno, take turns driving. Hombre, se dormían todos.
Oh,
Yeah. So those desveladas, man, is caught a lot of people to lose their lives on the road. Countless
mm,
musicians. I'm not even going to name them because que en paz descansen. Because they fell asleep, man.
Yeah.
O
Yep.
venían poreando. Hey, pásame otra vironga, give me another beer. Hey, and not paying attention to the other guy. Maybe
Wow.
doing good, but the other guy that caused the accident was the el culpable,
Yeah.
mhm.
because the driver wasn't paying attention. And me, gracias a Dios, if I was driving, I was sleeping. I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna sleep just a little bit. And but then you pulled over by the side of the road, and here comes somebody and ran into our trailer,
Mm,
messed up all the instruments. Stuff like that would happen. So
Yeah.
now you're afraid to park.
yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, but anyway, so La Desveladas was part of the musical. La
Yeah.
Desveladas was part of
The life.
the life because we didn't save our money to consider renting rooms and being safe and spending the night, getting a night's rest, and then going home the following day
Oh.
because we weren't, we didn't have the minds or
You
the,
were our kids. You were young.
yeah, we
¿Qué
wanted
sabían? Yeah.
to.
Buga, I'm gonna pause really quick and just address our televidentes, the people that are watching. And hello to everybody. Thank you for joining. Luis Martinez says saludos, everyone. Norma Salazar says hello. Emerald Perales Ferrer. Emerald Perales Ferrer says hello, Norma Salazar. Nice seeing you on here. Bobby Castañeda says saludos from California.
Yeah.
Emerald Perales Ferrer says hello, everyone, from Emerald, aka La Joya from San Antonio, Texas. My papi would listen to your music with all my tios when they would get together cooking out. Now I'm here in San Antonio and there's so many new upcoming Tejano music, but sometimes going back to hearing about how your music began is awesome, reminding me to go back to listen to your music that my papi and tios listened to while I was a kid. Brings back
Awesome.
great memories. God bless you. Yes, thank you, Emerald, for that comment. And
Oh, that's
and that's
wonderful.
yeah, that's great. Joe
And it
Fonseca
is
says, I'm back and
great
watching.
music.
Awesome
Yeah.
show.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Gigi.
that's right. Yeah. Um, it is. And that's another reason why we're doing this. I mean, back then there wasn't such a thing as internet and worldwide access to this music,
No.
to this awesome music, and that this new generation maybe doesn't know and doesn't realize what an impact it had on what they're doing right now, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And like I like to call it, I don't know if anybody's called it, but to me it feels like it was a renaissance type of thing going on where different musicians had different things and they were adding to it, and they were creating something that has now become what it is, lo tejano. And even now people are incorporating different things. It's like a new wave tejano, and I'm hearing different stuff. But you all were
The
the
pioneers. That's
the
why
Yeah.
they're
pioneers.
the
Inno-
pioneers, the
inno-
innovators.
Yeah.
Innovative. Yes, correct. I I
Benito Rios says saludos from Elroy, Texas, puro los chicanos.
yes.
Yes. Juan Guerrero forever. Yes.
Yes.
Bobby, the video won't play for some reason. Is it still live? We are still on live, so we're still going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the desveladas, what weighs heavy on my mind is we should have been more cautious about being cautious about we could lose our life on the road. Nobody preached it. Nobody wrote a song about it till after it happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, Steve Jordan wrote a song on Mis Amigos. Este, and he talks about all the friends that lost their lives on the road. And I just recorded it, and
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
good.
Yeah, that would
Yes,
be
yes.
awesome.
We
Yeah,
can put it on our Giras y Desveladas page. And
there
anybody
you
who's
go.
watching, we've got a
Yeah,
Giras y Desveladas page on Facebook that you can go on there. And a lot of stuff that we talk about, we try to put up.
yeah,
'Cause we're busy people, but we
yeah.
try to do it as
Because
when we have a chance.
it goes along with what y'all are doing,
Yes.
and especially telling or emphasizing to the younger bands that be careful
Yeah.
because here's the song that we're gonna play that this is what happened in the old days. A lot of lives were lost,
Yes.
and the words are spot on, man. And I've got all the vocals are mine,
Oh,
and
nice.
and my administrators from our organization here in Houston, which is Legends Houston, is recording with me in that particular song. We have the CD. It's called Tejano Legends Houston.
Oh,
But
that's awesome.
I'm picking out that song to send to y'all. Uh,
Awesome.
yeah, because it's part of Giras en Desveladas.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and
definitely.
so just real quick on the Giras. Uh, uh, Dino's Quemado. I also got to tour with everybody. Hey, Bouga, what are you doing this weekend? Hey, man, we're gonna go to Lubbock and Hobbs, New Mexico, and Albuquerque, and then how much does it pay? Pues X amount of dollars. Oh, okay, man. So hey, man, fly out to San Antonio. We'll pick you up there. That type of thing.
Mhm.
And I'm talking about anybody you name, from Little Joe, Sonny, Agustin, even further back with Montelongo, um, like that. All of a sudden I was freelancing, or what you say. I was placing myself out there for whoever needed me so I could make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, because it became harder and harder to keep a band together because of the economics, the rent. Vaya, te digo, Oscar, muy desgraciado, ni te suena, Oscar, la renta. And, hey, man, you don't have no TV? No, man, me pagaron la luz. I mean, being real.
Yeah.
And, pero esta semana me moví para Lubbock, man. When I come back, me voy a pagar el bill de la luz para que prendan la luz. Those are real things. Those are
Yeah.
real things.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, and
That's
The
what
that's
it's all
harsh
about.
realities, because create you have a gift for the music that you create. People, not everybody can write and create and make arrangements and play, but the other side of it is, like you say, it's not easy, to
yeah,
to make a living
make a
sometimes
living
out of
out of
it.
it.
And as talented as you guys are, and you struggle to make a living out of it, sometimes is part of it.
Yeah, and in the earlier years when the economy was great, now agarre pan 20 centavos, tú sabes. Este, pound of hamburger meat 60 cents. That type of thing.
Yeah.
And we were with the Dinos and traba la wallet así en panzona. I'm sorry, I hate to use that word.
No, it's
Full.
okay. It's okay. If it's regarding money
Yeah,
or
yeah,
food, that's
everything
okay.
counts. And
All right.
yeah,
Let's see. Well, let me address a little bit of these,
okay,
and I'm gonna
sure.
have to try to figure out how to do this to say hi to everybody and still continue the
No, you're
conversation. But
fine.
everybody that's watching is fine. Joe Fonseca says, "I remember your dad, Gigi, being from the Valley myself." Yes, thank you. And Joe Fonseca says, "Hi, Esmeralda Peral Ferrer." Joe Fonseca says, "You're talking puro bayuco, brother." Robert Vasquez says, "Love it. I'm 57 years old, born and raised in San Benito, Texas. Live in Littlefield, Texas. Que siga la onda." Yes. Carla says, "Hi, you all. Hi, Carla." Big shout out to Carla. She's taking care of my tío, who was raised like a brother with my dad. So hello out there. And thank you all for watching. Thank you for tuning in. We are blessed to have this Tejano legend, Rudy Bouga Perales from Grupo Quemado here, who happened to have also started with the Dinos. And what an honor. And I can only say from my part that I knew you from my dad. I knew you by name primero
Hmm.
before I actually met you, and Wahoo as well. And I never got to meet Wahoo, but
Yeah,
I know him. I know of
yeah.
him. So you all were innovators. You all part of the pioneers, and you are part of the building blocks of what is today. And we're hoping that the newer generation out there is listening to go out there, go to YouTube, look for los quemados, look for los casinos, look for los chicanos,
Mm,
listen to it. Your roots are there. Our roots are there. Right
yes.
there, the
And,
beginnings are right there.
and what you guys are doing is what you just said is a blessing, man. It's a wonderful thing because that's the theory is to get the younger people to never forget where you come from. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So some of us didn't have a silver spoon. Some of us didn't have parents. We grew up in the music business. Nowadays, you have computers, cell phones, music lessons. Dad works at Exxon Oil and Gas, and you live in a good neighborhood. And so we didn't have all that, man. You know. And
Yeah.
I'm not putting anybody down because what a blessing to be able to have that. But sometimes you have that and you forget the struggles.
Mm-hmm.
You forget that when you struggle, it helps your music, your writing, being innovative, changing. Uh, Maybe at the dance, play one cumbia and something different and something different and something different, and then another cumbia. What are you gonna play? Cumbia. What's next? Otra cumbia. And after that one, otra cumbia. And all of a sudden, it's Tejano's become a cumbia, uh, a cumbia thing. And I don't understand that, and I don't care to. You know what I'm saying? Because
Somebody was, who was it? I don't know. Was it Lurgy? Maybe you remember somebody mentioned it, called it tejumbias,
de te
te,
cumbia,
tecumbias.
yeah,
Oh,
en te junto. Ya no es conjunto, es te junto.
Tejunto.
Y,
It's
y-
because, it's because and we've talked about this before, we're Tejanos and Texans. That means that we have roots and family and history in Mexico and language and culture, but también somos Americanos, and we listen to rock and roll, and we listen to hip hop, and we listen to, we're just a very special group, I think,
Mhm.
and that's why you're gonna hear it in our music. You're gonna hear conjunto, or you're gonna hear te junto. You're gonna hear cumbias, or you're gonna hear te te what tejumbias
Yeah,
tejumbias.
te junto.
I don't know, but really,
Or,
and
or
Monday
tejano, tejano,
or tejano,
mhm.
yeah,
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what you're saying, Buga, and I was asking Gigi, do I say Mr. Buga or do I
I
just say
know.
hey, I'm not even gonna go into what I've been called in my
saying? But
yeah,
you know how you're saying that you didn't grow up with the, like you
those
struggled
two,
when you were younger.
yeah,
Exactly. More reason to stop and reflect and learn from your experiences from, us outside looking in, or anybody else aspiring to write music or be coming from the background that we all share, our culture.
right,
But exactly the reason that you said that y'all struggled, you didn't come from that. And then look, and you still, in spite of the struggle, you created what you created. Nobody taught you.
right,
You didn't have the music lessons maybe, or the all the you couldn't learn how to play guitar off YouTube. Like, I used YouTube.
yeah. Hey,
But you didn't have that, and look what you guys did, and then you
yeah,
toured. We brought that up before. That's exactly the reason why what you did is so inspirational to others.
right, yeah.
Um,
Thank you for acknowledging that. That's what y'all are all about right now. Is we must inculcate. That means to put into the mind. I just learned that word.
oh,
Ah,
I never heard
en
that word.
español, inculcar from inculcar.
And
Yeah.
put it into the minds of whoever uh, that making music struggle is part of it. Even though you don't struggle financially or anything, but you struggle in your music by practicing at home, not rehearsing with the band to practice.
Mm,
So when you go to the band and y'all are gonna rehearse, if you didn't practice at home and you're gonna practice it, everybody's waiting for you to get your part. Tal tamborero bien agüitado. Hey, ya me voy. And stuff
wow.
like that happens.
Be
So,
prepared.
so,
Yeah.
so nowadays, for those that have the silver spoon and mom and dad, the struggle for you is practice at home. That's your struggle because it gets boring. And when it gets boring, it means that you're struggling.
Right.
You know what? Tomorrow, the next day, next week, you're going to be a better musician because that's your struggle nowadays because you have internet, you have everything.
Hmm.
Our struggle was que no se quemen los frijoles. Yeah.
Do
It
you
took,
have any? Oh, I'm so sorry.
no, go ahead.
Do you have any advice for anything you would give advice about regarding music, or anything you think is something that you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, I'd like to share for the people that are tuning in and saying hello. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you. And I want to give an advice is to those people that are listening right now. Pass the word is my advice. Let people know about this podcast. Let people know what's going on. Puedes giras and desveladas. Let people know to tune in. Please,
Yeah.
please
We're
pass the
trying.
word. Because I really, really want this to grow. I really want to see this thing become really big because it's important to keep it alive. And those of us that are up in years and we put in our time, uh, our struggle was real, and it needs to be let known. So my advice right now to everybody, it's not coming from me about me, but it's about the podcast. This is why I am here. Everybody that tuned in, everybody that Gigi said hello to, pass the word. Go throw a little barbecue 12ish on Sunday and tune in and comment. Your comments are important just to say hello wherever you're from, San Antonio, Laredo, it doesn't matter. Look, we had some people from California
Yeah.
and uh and all those people that tuned in and are listening that were Perales. Those weren't none related to me, but thank you para toda la perelada que, que tuned in and uh, uh, I don't know. They might have been related. We never know.
We never know.
Se
We're
pasan,
all related. We're all related. We
se
all came
pasan,
from one. Yeah.
se pasan los años y siempre, pues es el hijo de tío Samuel. Nah,
Yeah.
Samuel.
Yeah.
But anyway, mijitas, that's my advice.
We're trying, and you know that's it's exactly. And I'm gonna pause a little bit on to mention my dad's anniversary of his death is on the 12th. And he is the reason I started this podcast because I didn't get to interview him. And he would talk about his giras, his desveladas, and everything that was being done and everything that happened. And all the names that are in my head about everybody, these are the guys that I want to talk to because I, uh, I didn't get to talk to my dad about him. I didn't get to record him. We did talked about him. I didn't get to record him. So this is very special. This is ya ves, Lori Jean pues ahí estaba Don Chilo. I
Yeah,
mean, that's it's near and dear to our hearts. Um and that's why we're doing this and I think that's why people are I mean everywhere we go, isn't it the truth? We're si Dios quiere, we're going to be in San Antonio for the fanfare on the 15th at Janie's record shop, and we might even have some merchandise there, so maybe Gigi could get some better internet.
yes, yes,
But it all started with him and this idea that if I thought, well, you know what? I didn't get to do it for my dad. Let's do it for everybody else because
right,
this is such an important time that it's getting forgotten, and
Yeah.
it cannot be forgotten. It
yes,
Mhm.
cannot be forgotten.
Especially
'Cause-
because it's the beginning. It's
yes.
the
Yeah.
beginning of it.
The beginning is so important.
Hmm.
Hey, so what kind of merchandise do y'all have? Like T-shirts and stuff? Or
Well, we're
We're working on it.
oh, okay.
We're working on it. I feel bad. I don't get to.
Joe Fonseca says, yeah.
Oh, go
You
ahead.
see? Do you see? Okay, I tell my Joe Fonseca says I tell my kids how I struggled when I was a kid, and they can't believe it, but I'm not ashamed of it. And
Exactly.
that's
Mhm.
why that's why we're here
Yes,
doing
and me
this.
and Gigi are both
Yeah.
teachers. We've mentioned it before. I've had to read with my students for history and ELA or English language arts books, and the things that we hear from our dads and from you all, people like you, they're not written for the kids to learn about. It's not required by the state of Texas for them to.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody might write a book and maybe they might have it in the library, but unless you go out of your way on purpose, the kids are not exposed to this. So, unless grandpa has said, and exactly, not everybody has been, we're thankful that we grew up around these stories from you guys because we know
Right.
them very well. And you guys, having you here to share them yourself with us, all of this is for you. It's
Yeah.
for people like you. It's not for
Yes,
me or
exactly.
Gigi to be anywhere, for people to look at us or acknowledge us. It's we want to bring your story we want you to bring your
Wonderful.
Yes.
Beautiful. beautifully
Oh,
put.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I just I am overwhelmed. I know I probably overspoke a lot, but there's
No, no, you're fine. It's perfect.
so much to say, and I I just hope that that like you said, hopefully one day there will be a book in school. In California, there's a book now at schools that says Chicano Studies.
Hmm.
You know, and it talks about the struggles there, the immigrants, Cesar Chavez, and all of this stuff here. And just a quick Hira. So, so here are the Dinos, right? And we're on tour with Bego artists, Carlos Guzman, Recurdos, uh, what's her name?
Laura Canales?
Laura Canales, and right, all these Bego artists and Los Dinos, right? By that time, we already had horns and we already put on a show, you know, Motown.
Wow,
I've got
that's so cool.
sunshine on a clouded day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, when it's cold outside, and so here we are, and then everybody else is singing about somebody done somebody wrong song, you know,
Hmm.
which is everybody else, all the
Yeah.
Yeah.
no ball and everybody, you know, and los
Oh,
Sones,
yeah.
everybody were on tour. So we go play at the labor camp, eh? And in between Visalia and Fresno, ¿verdad? And we go to the labor camp. Y no había salón, no había piso. Y so we set up en la tierra, right?
Wow, that is
And,
Wow.
and
crazy.
you look up, eh? Y estaban los strings of little light bulbs. Oh, alrededor así, you know, porque it was going to get dark. Tocó Laura, Carlos Guzmán, and, you know, so on and so forth. And then and the Dinos would come on. Y primero empezaba el tamborero. You know, and everybody's like, wow, is the drummer going to play by himself? And then I would go on, I was the bass player. Then I would go on and start doing the bass. Right? And then the guitar player would get on. Right? And then all the people started coming in front of us, you know. And then the horns came in and pow, 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 or whatever.
Wow.
Still no Dinos yet, right? And people are going crazy. And un polvoero. Estamos en el labor camp, you know, something that maybe all they haven't heard of. And I wanted to bring this up. Sometimes we go on tour and it was on all Hawaiian and Roses. You know, it was La Naranja, La Uva, you know,
Yeah.
y Bailando en la Tierra. And,
Wow.
sí, y luego que se suben los dinos bailando, haciendo steps and turning around, and, you know, just like the Temptations, you know.
Wow. Gosh.
Sí, sí.
Can you
Oh,
imagine?
how I wish that it would rain, 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 you know. And everybody's just like looking like, what is that? And we only played one polka. We only played one por una mujer casada.
Uh,
Standard.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One bolero, Sabor a mí, right?
Oh, wow. That's
Standard.
so cool.
Uh,
And then one cumbia, Rosa Maria se fue a la playa, se fue a la playa, se fue a la... Standard, right? And that was it. Everything else was Motown, Temptation, and and then and then all of a sudden we were playing and we look, people started dancing. Uh, a girl with a girl, they didn't care.
They just wanted to dance.
But yeah, because you know why? Because the guys, if they danced to that, they weren't cool.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language. Vas a bailar, ya que pinche joto. You know what I'm saying? So it was not cool to be wearing khakis and pointed shoes y la perica vaselina all on your hair, todo peinado para atrás, con pampas dos. Y luego bailando de la Temptation. Yeah, clásico. So as we started dancing, and all of a sudden, one or two guys started dancing, and three or four more. And then all of a sudden, we couldn't see them anymore. Puro polvo de la tierra.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like
Wow.
out here. Yeah, when it gets dusty. When I was younger and everything was just dirt.
What a
Wow.
gig, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And everybody was just thrilled, man. And the promoter, his name was Lionel, he invited Cesar Chavez, right? So Cesar Chavez was in the house, but now there was no house.
Oh.
Wow. En el polvo.
Yeah, he was in the polvo. So check it out, eh? So that evening, everybody left, back to the valley or wherever they were going. That was at the last. And so he invited Abraham to go and march from Visalia to Bakersfield, Latinos. Check it out, eh?
That's crazy.
Y luego, pues yo y bajo los gorditos. By that time, we had a trumpet player. Le pusimos Topo Gicho. Otro gordito played trumpet.
Otro.
And so now there was three of us, Yeah, man, tomorrow in the morning at 6 in the morning, it's already 2 o'clock in the morning, eh? We're
Oh,
gonna sleep. We're going to sleep in the van. And the van, yeah, we're going to march with Cesar Chavez. Yeah. So, a las 6 de la mañana los despertaron, ¿me entiendes? Y los dieron un taco, a couple of tacos each, and que los arrancamos, And of course, there was trucks along the way with water and, following and everything. But I'm proud to say that the Dinos and us, we got to march with Cesar Chavez from Visalia. I didn't make it to Fresno. I don't know if y'all know the starch, what starch is for. Y'all are still young. Anyway, it's for getting chafed. When you have big thighs and you're walking. Y no había almidón. So we tore up a t-shirt and tied it on. We pulled down our pants and tied it around our thighs. So the thighs wouldn't rub.
The struggle was real.
The struggle was real. So me and Waco and Topo Gito, we jumped in back of the truck. In back of the truck. You come in back of the truck, you could put sandias, or it was like a...
Yes, my grandpa drove troques.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So we jumped down there. I mean, I don't know. We must have walked a few miles. But the pretty boys made it all the way to Fresno.
But you had good intentions, right? You were good.
We jumped on there and I said, man, hey, we can't walk anymore, man. We're injured.
In the house.
But wow, man, what a... There was television cameras, helicopters.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? And stopping traffic on I-5. I-5 runs right in the middle of California. And I just wanted to share that with you all about Hiras.
Ah,
That's
yeah. Wow, that is so
incredible.
cool.
Yeah, so
So cool.
I've
playing
never heard
playing
anything
labor
like
camp, playing in a labor camp, and then marching with Cesar Chavez and all the farm workers.
Wow.
Que viva la huelga.
Yep. What you got? Yeah. And that's what I've mentioned it before that the reason Papi called his group Los Chicanos was
Mm.
because Beto Garza and Roy Garza, the keyboard player and the drummer, andaban en las huelgas con Cesar Chavez.
Wow.
So when they came over, ya ellos ya, which Beto corrected me, I thought it was, they thought of it together, but Beto says they were already Los Chicanos. So when they got together with Papi said, well, he said, somos los Chicanos. So, and that was, still, it's still a trigger word, right?
Wow.
So my dad said, let's do the name different.
Yes.
SHEEKANOS, los
Yeah.
Chicanos. To kind of
Yeah.
soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
knew that. I knew that. The
yeah.
second one you said, I knew because I thought it was like an Indian tribe.
that.
A long time ago, even before I met your dad,
Me.
even before I met your dad, he said, man, watch out. He looks kind of like an Indian, with all respect,
Yeah, I'm very proud of that. I try to look at my profile like, yeah, I'm Indian.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right? And then the lo estaba así, chocolatito a little bit.
Oh, I'm a
Yeah,
puppy.
yeah, and so I thought like the word Chicano with an S was an Indian tribe.
Ah.
Didn't say it to nobody or anything. But the way he looked, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know puppy's laughing in heaven right now. He's having a
yeah,
good time with that
yeah,
one.
he's laughing. But, but I was impressed. I said, hey, there you go. That's innovative.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That doesn't sound like Quemado, Chicanos. It's like yes. You know,
Yeah.
and instead of saying uh, Roberto Rigoberto y su grupo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
innovate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Be
But
creative.
anyway, I talked about a little bit of Desveladas and the people on the road that lost their lives because we fell asleep on the road. I say we because I was there. I fell asleep many a times, but for the gracious God that we have,
Yes.
yeah, opened my eyes and because you're driving, man, and you have all these people's lives in your hand.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I was able to put down the beer,
Back
make it
then,
home
I mean,
safe.
back then it wasn't considered so bad, and
No,
it was kind of like, everybody did that. It was
yeah,
just a thing, and it's times have changed, and because of all those things that have happened.
right. And then the
But yeah.
the Hira with all the Bego artists, the Rampa was big, Rampa was hombre, sin salida, and so they were big and louder. Louder was up and coming, and and everybody else was their snowball and uh, but to go on tour,
Mel Real and all
yeah,
that.
there you go,
Los Fabulosos Cuatro and
all of them, man.
yeah, pues, Los Únicos.
El conjunto Bernal, cheer up.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hey, everything was over, and we're supposed to get up at 6, and they were in the bonfire, sitting around the bonfire singing. Oh man, God, I mean chills, man, to actually
Oh, wow.
live, and it was like, I mean, I was like, I had never heard anything like that with so much soul.
Yeah.
The only thing that I questioned was the misery, like I said, the heart coming out of the chest, falling on the floor, getting all dirty with dirt. Somebody broke somebody's heart, and somebody wrote somebody, one of those.
Yeah.
But their soul was just indescribable, man. Especially
Yeah.
when you hear it in front of a bonfire just with one bajo, Eloy, no? And Paulino on the accordion. Oh, please, dude. I'm glad I was able to witness that on La Gira esa. And but I wanted to share that Gira with y'all and the polvo. And I mean the dirt from the ground, not the other.
We don't talk about it in this
No,
show.
no, no.
It's a PG show.
Yeah, it's a PG show. And
No, those stories are just so nobody has every story we hear. It's funny when we speak to people, they have their similarities,
right.
but then your experiences are unique,
Unique.
like that with the Cesar Chavez, and then the bonfire with the Conjunto Bernal, and
Oh,
um, that's phenomenal. Like, you put me there. I'm very
yeah.
visual.
Me
You
too. Me
describing
too.
just your
I'm
description.
like by the fire also.
Oh,
And I'm
man.
like picturing it.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
I can't wait to, when we get off here, maybe this afternoon or this evening, I'll post some of those songs from YouTube into our page, your songs, and then some of the songs that you like from the Conjunto Pernal, or whoever you think would be great to share, because like we said, a lot of people haven't heard,
I,
the younger kids, that maybe they haven't heard them.
yes. And,
yeah.
and I, I encourage everybody that's been writing in and leaving comments, pass it on. If you know musicians that are up and coming, pass it on. And because this thing that y'all are doing is tremendous, and I am just overwhelmed by it. And I thank y'all very much. I can't stop thanking you. And
No.
we're already reaching our
No,
second
thank you.
hour.
Yeah, we have to start saying our goodbyes. I
Yeah.
just wanted to. Somebody asked, when are we gonna be there? We're gonna be there on the 15th. The time is between 12 and what?
12 and 4. It's Friday,
12,
Friday, March 15th, Janie's Record Shop, 12 to 4. Mm-hmm. And
2024.
we had Tony Jaramillo. Tony J says hello.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Yes, I went
I
through all
mentioned his name a
these.
while ago, but your dad was talking.
oh,
Tony
yeah.
Jaramillo and I hung around. Hey, vato, vamos para allá. Ah, van a tocar los casinos. ¿Dónde, vato? Pues allá. Y, dice, está bueno, yo te hablo. Y nunca iba, fíjate. But,
Oh.
but, but Tony Jaramillo and your dad were tight.
Yes, I remember. I
They
remember
were
Tony.
tight, man.
And it's great to
And,
see people at least on Facebook, because we don't get to see people in person a lot from
but
that
anyways,
far away.
saludos, Tony. Tony and I hung out a lot, too, also.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know
We
what? Let me take this time to invite anybody. If you're a legend out there, or Buka, if you know somebody, if you're a legend, you know what? Reach out to us. We want to hear your story. We want to hear your giras y desveladas.
There you go.
We've got some awesome people booked up. But you know what? We need you guys. We want you guys. We want to hear your story. Buga, I mean, yeah, awesome storyteller. As it turns out, all of you legends are great storytellers.
Hmm.
And you put us right there where you all have been, your giras, your desveladas, what your experience has been, musical influence, and I mean, I just we just love it, and I think, I mean, we're so grateful. I know, so is Lori Jean. We're so grateful to be able to hear this, and so the we are blessed to have you on as well.
Thank
So
you so
anybody,
much.
all you other legends out there, reach out to me, reach out to Lori Jean, so we can book you and have you on our show. And just to remind you guys, if y'all are catching this afterwards, we're also on Tejano TV, which is either a Roku channel if you have a Roku TV, or if you have a Fire Stick, or you go into tejanotv.com and just look for Giras y
Y desveladas. She froze a little bit.
Yeah, she froze.
And
Desveladas.
yes. And you also have events in Houston, right, sir? I see y'all doing
Right.
a
Yeah,
lot
we
in the
have.
Tejano Legends in
Yeah,
Houston.
Legends Houston. We're having on March 24th. We're having Carlos Guzman as our featured artist, and then all the locals, a few local bands, and then we have our own band also, Legends Houston Band. And what we do is we honor legends, not just from
As
Houston,
we do.
yeah, from everywhere, and we actually give them a recognition plaque.
Oh,
So
nice.
Oh,
everybody,
nice.
yeah, everybody hands out awards. So ours is a plaque for the wall with the inscribed name, what instrument you played, and uh, and it's a good thing. We've been doing it 5 years now. It's a good thing what we're doing and honoring our legends.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm the past 5 years I brought just about all of San Antonio, uh, uh, people from Corpus. Uh, they come as special guests, and we give them a special recognition plaque. And
Nice.
hey, Bouga, how come you don't give awards? Because then we'll be like everybody else. We have to be different, eh? And why you don't like my
Yeah.
plaque or what, eh? No, man, it's a pretty plaque. Thank you. Yeah, not only that, but it's economically feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keywords there.
Sí, porque el award, hombre, te cuestan 3 dedos de una mano y el todo del otro brazo. And the plaque is affordable, and we're a non-profit organization. I just want to let everybody know, in case the government's listening. We, we,
They're always listening.
yeah, we function on donations, private donations, and of course we have our raffles. We raffle of stuff that people bring us and give us, and sometimes we have anonymous envelopes. We open them, and we have. I want to thank all those folks that for your anonymous donations and uh, show me the Benjamins. And it's cool to get $10, $20, but when you see the Benjamins, you just say, "Wow, man, thank you, Lord."
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
just
Yep.
we have expenses, and so does
Yep.
whatever you put
And
on it.
now that you mention it, Giras y Desveladas, we're looking for sponsors too. Reach on
Okay,
out to us so we can keep having our legends on here, talk about their
sure,
experiences, their giras, their desveladas, and just putting it out there,
yeah, sure,
so we
yeah,
can keep
hey,
going. Yeah.
yeah,
Of course, it's always. It's like necesitas una grasita for the wheels to keep turning.
yeah. You
Yeah,
need, you
that's
need
right.
to, tienes que echarle sal a los frijoles.
That's right.
Porque, no, hombre, yo me aviento por hacer frijoles. Y la sal, pues no hay sal. Y
Oh,
estaba todavía las tocadas. Yeah. Hey, Gigi, don't forget after we hang up to text me where I can send you a mis amigos.
oh yes,
The,
the
the,
song.
the
Yes.
song about because
Mhm.
it talks about giras. They're
Wow.
on the road.
Nice, nice,
So
nice.
so I'm doing all the vocals myself, and I got J.R. Ramos on the accordion. Oh, fantastic! Kind of plays like Steve Jordan. Really, really.
Wow, that's going to be awesome to hear.
Yeah. So and I'll send it to you all right away. I would like for you all to listen to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just text it to me where we've been texting,
Mhm.
Buga, and
Okay.
send me the link, and I'll either if
Okay.
I don't put it up, I'll share it with Lori Jean, and Lori Jean can put it up. But
Okay.
because
Yes.
that's why she's so awesome, and that's what Lori, what we were talking about when you meet people and click before we got on the air. And
Yeah.
I was telling him how when we met and we clicked, we just clicked. You just know people that you click with,
Yeah.
and again, I want to thank Lori Jean también because you are so awesome, Lori Jean,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
thank you for having me.
this
Thanks
show,
for having me.
it's magic. I think is the combination of people and with our legends, and it's
Sorry.
and Dios quiera, and we keep in going for a while,
Mm.
and get our legend stories told.
Yes. And I
uh
think I think both of y'all are so awesome. Both of
Oh,
y'all. And
Thank you.
so easy to
thank
talk
you.
to. Y'all are so easy to talk to, and it's important when you're on where I'm at sitting at right now, and I'm still in my pajamas, but
Oh, I would be too if I was in Corpus. I had to come to the valley. I would. I'm on
yeah.
spring break right now, sir. So I'm like
Oh,
without
there you go.
pajamas.
Yeah, so I think both of y'all are so awesome. I thank y'all very much for having me on your show, and I'm gonna send you that song on your text and also on your email. How's
Yeah.
Yeah,
that?
that yes.
Okay.
So don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. We're gonna close out the live on Facebook. But don't go anywhere once we turn it off. We just want to tell everybody again, thank you for joining us,
Okay.
and thank you so much,
Okay.
Mr. Bouga,
Okay.
sharing your stories with us. And we will be here next week. We have, like Gigi mentioned, we have guests lined up.
Okay.
Yes. If I'm
And
not mistaken, it's Linda Escobar that we'll be having next week, si Dios quiere. And the list goes on. I've got my list is growing, and I'm so blessed to have that list growing. And but we want more, and because we need to hear you guys. And thank you so much, Puga.
Okay.
Diosito te cuide. God bless you.
God
And
bless y'all
and
too.
God, everybody listening out there and watching out there on Tejano TV or wherever you're listening from. God bless you guys. Take care. And we'll see you next week or on TV. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.